but one disabled man didn't get to see it, even though he had a ticket. Lee Wingfield is a double amputee. He says he couldn't get inside because this SUV blocked the handicapped ramp. Cops wrote a ticket but say they couldn't have the car towed because it was on private property. Wingfield says he tried to enter on the ground level, but the staff told him he couldn't use the elevator because it's only for food services and he'd have to pay extra to sit on the floor. By the time supervisors got there and offered to let Wingfield in, the show had been going on for an hour. He decided to leave.
I honestly, truly feel the way they handled it, they didn't call him, and I've been here now going on 2 hours. So what am I supposed to do? My handicap rights been violated. Her name?
Civic Center managers say they'll discuss the issue with staffers to make sure something like this doesn't happen again. Wingfield didn't ask for a refund since and couldn't get into the Civic Center for an event. We take the issue.
This is WAOB News 10 at 11.
A South Georgia double amputee is still upset that he was denied access to the Civic Center. We told you Friday night that 56-year-old Lee Wingfield didn't make it in to see the Bill Cosby performance. He blames a thoughtless person who parked illegally, but he also blames the staff at the Civic Center. WAOB News 10's Taylor Davis took his concerns to the city attorney. He's live in the newsroom with our top story.
Ben, the Albany Parks and Recreation Department oversees the Civic Center. They referred me to City Attorney Nathan Davis. They said they were going to meet with the police chief and city officials, but when I spoke to Davis late this afternoon, he had no knowledge of that. Lee Wingfield and his wife, Vernita, plead for answers.
It hurts me. It hurts my feeling that being like this, I should have had somebody to say, well, let me see if I can help. Didn't want somebody come.
Albany Recreation and Park staff told them they meet to discuss the problem. City Attorney Nathan Davis hoped he'd be notified.
Well, I told you earlier, I haven't had any formal contact from anybody as far as setting up future meetings.
Wingfield arrived at the Civic Center at 6:30 Friday night. An illegally parked car blocked his access to the entrance ramp.
I am greatly hurt, disappointed.
When he asked to enter on the ground level, employees said the elevator was not open to the public and he'd have to pay extra to sit on the floor.
Obviously, that's a special circumstance, and there ought to be somebody on scene for any major event like that who could make those type of big-level decisions.
Even though there are 3 handicapped entrances here, this was the only ramp Wingfield could use because it meets current regulations. It increases 1 inch for every foot. Just one problem. The SUV blocked his chance to see Bill Cosby.
And that opportunity coming again may be slim to none.
Supervisors responded about an hour and a half after his complaint. APD issued a ticket but said they could not have the car towed. That's not true. The Civic Center is public property. But police now say it's up to the Civic Center to make that call.
I think it was handled correctly by APD because there was not any blue on the ground, nor was there a sign.
We got officers there that can enforce those laws, and they refuse to enforce them for somebody that was in need.
Wingfield does not know when or if he'll ever come back to the Civic Center. He just wants to prevent another person with a disability from running into the same roadblock. And Civic Center leaders offered to let Wingfield in about an hour after that event started. He refused. We still don't know when or if those leaders will meet. Ben.
Taylor, as you know, up until a year and a half ago, the Civic Center always had a full-time director. The city had trouble finding a replacement for John Mazzola, who left in March 2010. So in February, the city placed the Civic Center under the management of Recreation and Parks. The person who